Okay, my speech is how to make popcorn balls. My purpose for this speech is to teach others how to make a simple snack, but also healthy for them, or a simple treat for other parties. So the credibility for this speech that I'm writing about is for my grandma. She has always given me the inspiration of making popcorn balls. She makes popcorn balls every Halloween, and it's a tradition that she just keeps on going, and it's a snack that you can make in any season. But I've grown a liking to these popcorn balls, and she's always made them for her family, and now I want to continue it maybe for my future family. So, do you ever get hungry but only want something small but sweet and maybe even a little salty? But maybe you feel foolish when you're having a special party and you don't have that fun treat that everybody talks about. Well, for this speech, you can learn the importance of having snacks and having an important healthy snack for yourself. In this speech, you will learn to keep your ingredients individual and organized. You will prepare the balls yourself, and you will keep them as cool as you can. First, you must grab your ingredients. First, you are gonna pick your popcorn. You can have popcorn without the kernels, or a bag of popcorn with kernels that are baked or not popped, or you can do microwave popcorn. Either way is good, but just make sure that you take the kernels out of the bowl if there's any extra. Next, you're gonna wanna melt the butter. You will melt the butter on the medium saucepan at a medium heat, and make sure that you have all the butter around the pan so none of it sticks to the bottom. Next, you are going to identify which corn syrup you want. For this recipe, I would recommend light corn syrup. Light corn syrup is the recommended corn syrup for a lot of baking, and it gives it its own individual flavor and scent whenever you're eating these popcorn balls. If you do dark corn syrup, that is just something that will contrast with the balls, so then you don't really taste it, or it doesn't really stand out as an individual. So I would choose light corn syrup for that. Next, you grab your confectionate sugar or your powdered sugar. You can use granulated sugar too, but the recommended sugar for this recipe is powdered, and that will give it a more fluffy finish instead of granulated, which will give it a more smooth texture for it. Next, you will need your marshmallows. I would recommend mini marshmallows that are easy to melt in the pan. I would grab one bag for this. You can use bigger marshmallows as well, but those are just harder to melt and they come out more fluffier. Now that I have informed you about picking your quality ingredients that you need, let's talk about preparing the ingredients. So first, you want to put the popcorn in a large bowl that you have. You can either put the bowl in the oven and heat it up if it's not heated up already, or you can just leave it in a bowl at room temperature and then put the stuff over it when it's done. The next step you want to do is mix your ingredients in a medium pot over medium heat. You want to melt your butter, and that is the 1/4 cup that you will have of the butter for this recipe. Next, you will want to combine your corn syrup, which would be the light corn syrup for that fluffy texture, and as well as the powdered sugar for that, for the fluffy texture and the more light texture. You will add the marshmallows last so that can melt easily in the pan. You will need to heat and stir till the mixture boils. For extra stuff for this recipe, you can add vanilla, cold water to it so it's not as hot, or you can even add vanilla for a more food dye, so it gives it a little bit of spice for other parties, and you can use it for other different seasons. So the last step, you'll want to pour the mixture onto every kernel. You want to make sure that it covers every piece of popcorn in it, and then you're going to want to stir it and make sure that it gets all around all the popcorn. You're going to want to let it cool for 3 to 4 minutes so it's not burning your mouth when you eat it or burning your fingers. When you go for the popcorn, you're going to want to grease your hands so it doesn't stick to your hands that easy or anything. After you are done shaping, you want to put it in plastic wrap and make sure that it doesn't get hard after you do it. After you've prepared the ingredients, it's time to consume what you have made, the product. So if you taste the popcorn balls and they have a bad review, you think they just don't taste right and you need to add in ingredients, you would note this for another time when you're making them. But also you want to make sure and keep note that the popcorn balls need to be wrapped at all times after they are done cooling, so then they don't go hard. Otherwise they won't be very fun to eat when they're hard. But so that is how you really prepared popcorn balls. In conclusion, you have been informed about how to select and prepare, but also consume specific ingredients for these popcorn balls. The importance of this is now that you will have the opportunity to have a simple snack to eat whenever and have that combination of sweet and salty for the snack. And you will also have a fun snack, a fun treat for your party at all times. So for the ending, you're gonna wanna picture your fam together for a Christmas party, and they're all talking, and then it comes to dessert time and everybody is asking about your popcorn ball recipe. You're having a big sensation hit about your popcorn balls, and last of all, your grandma will ask for your recipe, which is a big step up for her. My references were Kern D 2020 October, which was Easy Popcorn Balls recipe, which was Crazy for Crust. My last one was Merkley K, which was 2019 September, Easy Popcorn Balls by Lily Lunan. So, in the end, here is the finish of the popcorn balls. And for my audience, here you go, Katie. Here you go, Ellie. JC. Macy. And Ashley. Thank you.